Hi, everyone. Welcome. We are going to do some stretch and some FAQ for today's midday motion. This is, of course, Saturday, not Friday, but I'm really happy you could make it, whether you're here live or recorded. It's going to be great. So we're just going to get started just standing at first. And we're going to do some roll downs, some warm up, and then we're going to start getting into a really, really nice stretch. So whether you've already gotten warm today and worked out a little, or you're really cold, you've just woken up, or maybe it's been a slow day, we'll go ahead and get you warmed up just a little bit, all right? Go ahead and stand facing one way or the other, hands by our side. And bring those feet hip width apart, maybe even slightly more. Put a little safety bend in your knees, and we're going to start to roll down. Take it down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up 4, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going 4, 3, 2, 1, and 4, 3, 2, 1, and 2, 1, and 2, 1. Roll down for 1. Up and down. And down. Hold it low. Halfway lift, really long stretch here. And then refold, either with straight knees or bent. Big halfway lift. And fold. One more time. Halfway lift. And fold. Take a moment to hang upside down. Maybe take ragdoll or just kind of sway back and forth. Taking a moment just to soften through the head. Encourage you to gaze at the knees or beyond them. Just to let things go. Maybe you notice some feelings in the hamstrings, even at back and shoulders. Just try to notice. Don't judge. Don't assume what's coming next. Just try to breathe and soften. Good. Go ahead and start to heel toe the feet out a little bit wider. So I would say heels more than hip width apart, toes gently turned out. If you're a ballet person, just let it be a gentle turn out, right? Not too much. We're going to gently start to bend the knees go over toes, and then fold. Imagine that there's a magnet on the top of the head reaching for the floor. You can use your inhale to bend, and exhale, fold. Really keeping up with our mobility, so not just focusing on strength or stretch, but trying to meet the two with our mobility. Generally, I don't like stretching right before a workout. I prefer working through mobility through a workout, or when you're just cold. Hang upside down for a moment. If it feels good to rock side to side, go for it. So today we're obviously going to focus on some stretching. We're going to start with this kind of gentle movement stretching, working on that mobility, keeping things really safe. Pick a leg, it doesn't matter which one. Reach over towards that leg. Imagine your heart and knee trying to make contact. If it feels good to bend the opposite knee, go for it. Just make sure the knee tracks over the toes. Good. Go ahead and straighten out both legs. Take a breath just to hang center. And we'll gently pick the other leg. Heart towards the knee. Fold forward. Option to bend the opposite knee. Let's release. Gently work back to center. And now keep the feet just as wide as they are, but toes forward. Go ahead and take a deep plie with me so the knees go forward over the toes. And then straighten out. Good. We're going to take 2 more. Use the inhale to bend. Exhale to straighten. Inhale to bend. And exhale to straighten. Nice work. Bring those feet in. This time parallel, either feet together or under the hips. Take a deep bend. Use that inhale. Exhale, fold. Bend to inhale. Exhale, fold. Good. One more. Inhale to bend. And exhale to fold. This time, go ahead and bend the knees, come down onto the shins. And this is a really great time, so if you want to have any blocks with you or anything else, that's going to be really, really useful as we start to kind of work into the lower body. Gently come onto the knees, bring one foot forward. We're going to see if we can find the right angle in the right and the left knee. Gently keeping that pelvis really neutral. Start to slide forward. So the whole pelvis moves forward. There's no tilting. I like to engage the left glute to really stabilize that work. Good. This should be a really specific stretch. Front of the hip flexor. Good. Option to bring the right hand to the right hip, left hand to the knee, and just gently twist. I feel a really big stretch in my left hip flexor when I do this. Feel pretty good to go. We'll gently come back center and switch. So right knee down, left knee up. Go ahead and bring a right angle into both knees. Check in that pelvic alignment should be really vertical, no tilting. Engage the right glute for more support and gently slide. Good. I like thinking sliding forward. A lot of times when we're in a really low lunge, we're going to go down and forward. I feel like sliding implies on the same plane. So that's why we're sliding forward. Good. You've just joined us on live. Welcome. We're going to do a few minutes of stretching, then we're going to start an FAQ and talk all about our new subscription, membership, and just some other exciting things about going on, some questions I've gotten recently. It's going to be awesome. All right, if you want to take that twist, it's right hand to the right knee, left hand to the left hip, and gently rotate. Doesn't have to be a lot. This is good, subtle, high quality stretch. And gently rotate back front. Go ahead and bring the left knee down. And this time we're going to go ahead and go into a full low lunge. So right foot's going to come forward. Hands down. Option to just press the hips forward. If you're like me, you want to send that left knee back slightly, go for it. So as we're stretching down, this time we're really thinking pelvis down and forward. And you'll notice that the pelvis is on an angle. It's not upright, tilted forward, and that's okay. Good. Deep breaths here. Option to stay or take a twist. It's left hand down, right hand to the knee, and gently rotate. Focusing on rotating through the obliques. Really trying to get that heart to face sideways. Gently release, right hand down. Slide back to your half split. So we're going to send all of our weight over our left knee. Put the right foot forward and keep stretching. Toes up. And as we stretch here, we want to think heart to knee. Nice long spine. This is one of those poses or stretches that's really, really great with our blocks. Stretching forward. Nice. Gently release. So put all of your weight into your left knee. Bring your right one back and send your left one forward. This time we're going into that low lunge on the left side. So start to shift your weight forward. You might need to scoot your back knee back. And while you're folding, really notice how your hips are slanted forward, right? It's the opposite kind of movement that we just did in the last hip flexor stretch. In this stretch, because the pelvis is changed and because we're leaning forward, we're getting a little bit more in our back, in our left hamstring. We're just working more muscles through the hips. You want to start to add a twist. It's right hand down, left hand to the knee, and rotate. I like staying low in my rotation. I know in yoga, for example, we like to lift the arm, but this nice low rotation reminds me of keeping the whole body long and strong. All right, gently start to unwind. We'll go ahead and send ourselves back into our half split. Send your weight over the right knee. Scoot the left foot forward. We're just starting to fold here. So if you're feeling at all unstable, check that there's a right angle in the back knee, and that's going to really help. And we want the left toes to be up. Deep breaths. Even in the static poses, you can kind of imagine going inhale or literally do it, and then exhale. Good. Let's gently start to release. Put all of your weight in your right knee, send your left one down, and go ahead and have a seat. We're going to come into our butterfly stretch. So toes together, feet together, knees nice and open. So as we're sitting here, you can do a few different things. You can send your feet a little bit further out in front and really fold forward, or bring them nice and close to your body. Hands to the ankles, elbows to the knees, and tip forward here. I like that tip feeling versus all the way fold. Makes me feel a little bit more in control and get a little bit better of a stretch. Good. Start to release, gently bring the feet hip width apart and bring your hands behind you for figure four. Right ankle on the left knee, but if you do the opposite because you're not mirroring me, that's okay. And we want to see if we can flex the right foot. Really start to just work this right hip. This can look really different in a lot of people, and often sometimes we do this laying down. I find that sitting gives us a little bit more control. You can always lean further back as needed. Nice. Good. Take another breath here. Good. Start to extend the right leg out in front of you. Sit up really tall. And then start to rotate around to your left side. So left knee points up, left sole the foot down. We're going to take the seated twist. Think about belly button to the left inner thigh. It's going to help you get around. Nice long breaths to help here. Gently release. Go ahead and bring the right foot to bend again. Figure four on the left side, left heel to the top of the right knee. We're gently just trying to find our figure four on this side. You might find that you need to bend or straighten the arms more. That's okay, totally normal. Our left and right side can be really different, and that's so normal. So don't get weirded out by it. If you find those imbalances, think about just trying to remember them and then sit in them a little bit longer. So instead of trying to force the weaker side, think about spending a little less time on the strong side and just spending more gentle time on the weaker side. That'll help. One more breath here. And we'll release. So this time, we're going to extend the left leg long, right knee is bent and pointed up, sit up really tall, and start to twist. Good. Think about getting belly button to inner thigh. We'll gently start to release. This time, both feet nice in front. Toes point up so you can sit really tall. No roundness in the low back. We're just going to walk our hands forward. As we take the stretch, really thinking about, once again, chest to knees. It's one of the best cues, I think, for keeping the spine long. When we think nose to knee, my whole back rotates and, rounds. And I feel like it's not a bad thing, but it's not creating length in the body. And I feel that the more length we get in our body, the more healthy it is, the more stretching we get, and the more effective overall our work is going to be. Good. Come into a straddle, sit up nice and tall, send one leg out, then the other. It doesn't have to be a big straddle. I want you to gently come forward. Flex the heels like you're driving the heels down and toes up. Gently folding forward. Maybe you can reach out really long, or maybe you'd like to use your elbows as support. Maybe you're just focusing on tipping forward without rounding. That's okay too. Good. Pick a leg and start to walk to that side, but keep all 10 toes still pointing up. So I'm to my right knee, but I want to keep my left toes still pointing up in a flexed foot. Keep stretching. Think heart to knee. And gently come back center. Take a breath. And to the other side. Think heart to knee. I'm now going left, so I'm going to think about my right toes still pointing up with a flexed foot. Nice long breath here. And we'll gently come back front. Take one more nice long breath. And we'll gently start to sit up. All right, thank you so much for stretching with me. We're gonna go ahead and begin our FAQ, but because I really like them as 2 separate videos to be saved into the library, I'm gonna go ahead and click off this one, and I'll go ahead and click back on in just a moment, and we'll get started with our FAQ. Thanks so much for coming, and we'll see you in a second.